Some things in life are gross and disgusting, and no, I'm not talking about my eye right now. I'm talking about 2026 car payments. So let's see how much people are actually paying right now.
Okay, quick story time because I fear I may be overreacting. So I just left the dealership. I went specifically to a Ford dealership. I'm sitting in my paid off Ford Expedition 2018 to be exact. And let me tell you what just happened. Take a wild guess about how much a brand new 2026 Ford Expedition Platinum Max with the ultimate package would cost for a lease. Okay, I'll let you guess.
$700.
$1,700. 71700. The same exact price that my 4-bedroom, 3-bath mortgage is.
What? Okay, first of all, how do you get a 4-bed, 3-bath mortgage for $1,700? Did you buy your house during the Renaissance? Okay, Expeditions are listed at around $78K, or you could lease it for $1,200 a month for 36 months. Oh, but only if you put down $8K. Lovely. But that's a 50 grand lease. $50K to lease a car for 3 years. You might as well just finance the car if you really want it that bad, or you could purchase the base model and actually own the car for $15,000 more than a 3-year lease. I just can't justify getting the super mega ultra Optimus Prime trim, which costs $12K more than the base model. That's like an entire used car worth of trim. I would say keep the mortgage, good for you, and keep the 2018 Expedition and save yourself 50 grand on a lease that you'll have to return in 3 years anyways. But even if you do end up financing or leasing a new car, at least save yourself the 12 grand and just get the base model.
I have a $1,200 car payment, and I would do it again and again and again and again. You're only on this planet once. While it's important you do smart things with your money, it's also important for you to enjoy yourself. You're paying a mortgage on your car. I don't care. I'm interested in cars, and I have a twin-turbo V8 in my 20s. In life, you have to make calculated decisions. It's a give and take, it's a push and pull. So where I may overspend on my car, I underspend in other critical areas of my life. Like I barely buy myself new clothes, don't drink any alcohol, I definitely don't smoke any of that good stuff. So I may be $50,000 in debt, but it's my life.
Being $50,000 in debt in your 20s is brutal. I think he has a good mindset here of spending where you want to spend and then cutting back on places where you don't want to spend, but I don't think that not smoking that good stuff is going to make up for a $50K car loan. That's just not an even trade-off to make. I think an interesting way to look at it is to tie that loan to your personal net worth, which many people don't do. Most people don't even know what their net worth is, but let's say that this guy has $0 saved and invested, then his net worth would be negative $50,000. And that's assuming he didn't take out student loans and go to college or personal loans or credit card debt or whatever. I'm glad he's enjoying his life though. I just hope that he's making enough money right now to pay off that $50K loan as soon as possible, because I'm sure a good chunk of that is just interest building up anyways. But I do agree that if you spend money anywhere, it should be on the things that you love, so some props to him.
What do you drive and what's your car payment?
RX 500 hybrid. I think my payment is $945 or $955.
What do you drive and what's your car payment?
A 1982 Toyota Celica, $325.
That's a good payment. What do you drive and what's your car payment?
I'm driving a Dodge Scat Pack. My payment is $700 a month. I also have a 2021 Toyota Corolla, and that payment is only $400 a month.
You got two cars?
Got two cars.
What do you
Probably
drive
has
and what's your car
family.
payment?
2014 Camaro SS, no car payment.
Oh, that's good. What do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a RAV4 and my payment is $400.
Oh, that's good. What do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a BMW M340i and my car payment is $250.
That's the best one today.
How is that big man fitting in a Toyota Celica? Look at this dude. He could probably bench press like 10 of me, easy. And how do you get a new BMW car payment for $250 a month? I'm just going to assume that you saved up a ton of money and then put a hefty down payment down, because the more you put down, the less you have to finance, the less interest you have to pay, and then the cheaper your car is, and the cheaper your monthly payment is. But props to her. I would assume she also has a stellar credit score as well, so it seems like she's doing a lot of things right.
Is the world just crazy to everybody else? Like now me and my wife are having more kids, so we're looking for a car with more seats for her. I'm looking at used Chevy Tahoes. I'm talking like a 5-6-year-old Chevy Tahoe with like 50 to 100,000 miles. They want like 40, 50 grand for these things. How did things get so out of control? I'm talking a Chevy Tahoe. We're not talking some fancy Mercedes or BMW, like a used Chevy SUV with like 100,000 miles, and people want that kind of money. Now when I see like a normal ass SUV, a freaking Chevy on the road, I'm like, wow, what do these rich people do? Like, what? I remember when new cars were like 20, 30 grand. Now used ones are 50. Like, what the fuck?
The dealership's gotta be trying to rip him off, right? No way they're actually 40 grand. Okay, here's one with 79K miles for $39,000, and it's called a great price on Kelley Blue Book. You can get a 2020 Chevy Tahoe instead, which is just 1 year older, for $27K, but from what I'm seeing online, there were a lot more complaints about that year than the 2021, so it's a toss-up there. But if you're just looking to take your kids from point A to point B, then the older and the more reliable car brand you get, then the better in pretty much every way. Just because you have a family doesn't mean you need to have a family car. Now, if you have 4 kids and you can't put one in the front seat, I get it. But I feel like people get like a second kid and they're like, well, it's time to get the largest car possible. And you just don't have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, what, you're paying $1,200 a month for a 2024 Kia Forte at 29%? That's hefty.
Yeah,
so
it is, bro.
All right. So you got into a bad deal, unfortunately. In August of 2024, you bought a 2024 Kia Forte. APR is about 29%.
Oh.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Payments are $819 a month. You owe $25,000. You want us to buy it? Is that what you want us to do?
The purchase was pretty new, so I know like it's probably not possible, but like whatever you feel is best, I'll say.
How much is your insurance a month?
So my insurance a month is like $450.
$450 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah. The reason why I asked that is everybody who buys a car or currently has a car should account for insurance being part of an expense for the vehicle. And since the Kia Fortes, I don't know if you remember the Kia Boys. I'm pretty sure the 2024. Do you have the turnkey or do you have the push start?
The turnkey.
Got you. So the reason why the insurance is so expensive is because they'll be easily stolen. So that's why insurance companies, and I even know insurance companies now that don't even insure them anymore. So it's really hard to sell them. So a lot of dealerships aren't buying them per se. What's your credit score?
So my credit score is about 550.
Oh, it just gets worse.
Working on
it gets worse.
Establishing it because I didn't really know much about credit until recently. So I didn't necessarily have the best score when I went to inquire about the car.
Oh, really?
So getting the car taught me better ways to build my credit.
Gotcha. I mean, unfortunately, with a 550 or 500 credit score, there's no option for you.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do in that situation? And how do you even get a 29% interest rate? I feel like you have to buy like the state of Idaho and then just refuse to pay it off in order to get a 29% interest rate. New cars, especially if you don't have a cosigner, are going to be so ridiculously expensive if you're an adult under 25 because you have no length of credit history yet, or if you do, it's minimal. So you're not going to get a great interest rate, and most likely your insurance on the new car is going to be up the wazoo. So you always have to get an insurance quote before you buy any car because that can easily be you. Obviously without the 29% interest rate, but you get what I'm saying. I think the issue is a lot of people just view a car payment as a car payment. Even though $819 a month is ridiculous, they think, oh, well, that's it. That's all I need to pay for my car. But that's not the case. Because outside of your monthly payment, a 10-year-old Prius and a brand new Corvette are going to have very, very different maintenance, insurance, and gas costs. So you just have to factor in every single thing first. Even if you think you're being safe and smart and you're not trying to live above your means, get a new, but it's a Kia Forte, you think, oh, it's okay, I'll be fine. That's not always the case. The MSRP on a car doesn't tell the full story. In fact, it only tells part of it. So make sure you do your research first because this is a horrible situation to be in. And also, don't take out a loan if you have a 550 credit score. I'd rather walk 20 miles a day than hold a 29% interest rate. That is so disgusting.
The Benz officially hit my credit today, so let's break down how much the Mercedes-Benz CLA AMG 35 costs me. Keep in mind, I've been wanting this car for 7 years, so I don't need to hear anything about the payment or the money or nothing, okay? Anyways, so when I first got there, the car was $41,900. Then after I decided it was mine, we talked to the guy and we started like narrowing it down, and we got it down to $40,600. After we decided on that, I went over to financing. I got my financing, and when I did was I added a bunch of warranty into my car loan. So I added the windshield protection, which I already need because my windshield already cracked. I have the worst luck. I replaced my windshield in my Honda 5 times. I have the worst luck with windshields. I don't know what it is. And so I added that. So glad I did. I added gap insurance, of course. Why would I not? I added the extra warranties, and then basically anything I could add, I added to it because I was like, please, we're not fucking around. After that was said and done and tax, title, and license were added in, the car was $51,233 after everything. I did put down $2,000 even though I was able to put 0 down, but I wanted to buy down a smaller rate, so I bought down an interest rate by like 0.1, which is like nothing, but over time it's just like a little bit, and it just made me feel a little bit better, you know what I mean? So I got out of there and I hit my credit at $49,233.
I don't think I'm a big fan of this woman's mindset. First of all, I could want a Bugatti for 7 years, but just because I want something for almost a decade doesn't mean I'm entitled to it, and it definitely doesn't mean I'm immune to criticism afterwards. Second of all, congratulations on negotiating the cost down. I think it was like $1,300. Good for you. Oh wait, you purchased every single warranty on planet Earth. Just get full coverage insurance instead. Why are you paying for warranties that might not even affect you in the first place? Most of these warranties are just ways for dealerships to add on to your out-the-door price so they can take home a bigger commission check. So bragging about accepting every warranty is crazy too. Like, why is that a flex? The only fees I will happily pay when purchasing a vehicle, which you have to pay no matter what, are taxes, doc fees, and registration, and that's it. And you put $2,000 down to buy your interest rate down 0.1%? Did I hear that right? I refuse to do the math, but with all due respect to this woman, you have been ripped off.
How much you put down?
$1,000.
How much is your payments?
$600.
And how long you financing? For life?
No, I really hope that's a joke. My biggest fear though is that she color coordinated with the car. So I feel like it might not be fake. That might be real. If it is a joke, that's really funny, but if not, that car salesman needs to be locked up today in a maximum security prison. That man is a menace to society, and I would not want to walk down the street knowing that that man is out and about. That is so messed up. I just ran the numbers, and it's roughly a $25,000 car, and she financed about $143,000. I don't know. I think it's a joke. I hope it's a joke. That's stupid.
We just sold this 2026 Nissan Kicks. The payment on it is $722 for 60 months.
Oh.
There were 2 young kids. One was 18 years old.
Oh.
One was 19. They put $1,000 down, $722 a month for 60 months because that's what the bank approved. Let me know what y'all think. Comment down below.
Let me know what y'all think. I think you're not a good person. I'm all for freedom and free will and letting people make their own decisions, but if I was a car salesman, I would not be able to sleep at night knowing I gave a couple of kids a $700 monthly payment for 5 years. And they probably put $1,000 down because that's all they had, so they definitely can't afford that monthly payment. And that $1,000 down payment at the end of the day is gonna do absolutely nothing for them. With those terms, that's about $18,000 worth of interest on a $26,000 car. Maybe they bought Bitcoin when they were 5 years old, so they'll be fine. Or they invest into the housing market? I don't know, dude, that's sad. Anyways, if you're financing a car for 237 months or more, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you, my friends, for watching, and I will see you next time.